Hello and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Sunday the 21st of February 2021. There's no Guardian today, of course, because it's Sunday, so this puzzle is from the Observer. The Observer doesn't give a level, so I have absolutely no idea what kind of level it's supposed to be, although maybe that's a good thing because recently the classification given in the Guardian for its puzzles, easy, medium, hard, and expert, have been rather, hmm, let's say, misclassified. I would say a lot of people would probably agree with me. So maybe it's a good thing not to have any classification. If you're a time traveler and wondering what was happening in the news today, well, let's hope you're not looking back from the future and going, oh my God, that was the day it began, because we've just heard that there has been some transmission to humans of H5N8 bird flu in Russia. Of course, we had cases of bird flu before and spreading around, but with the current COVID-19 problem that we have, let's hope we are not going to face other pandemics, or if we do, let's hope that we can deal with them in a much better way as a human race. Okay, let's get on with our Sudoku for this morning. I'm looking at the grid now. There, the numbers are quite widespread across places. What's the first number that hits me? There's a 7 down here, blocking this column, and there's a 7 in this row across here. So we get our first number immediately from this. The numbers, I don't know if this puzzle is going to be a hard level one or not. It could be. Just looking at the distribution of the numbers, I'm just wondering, but you never know. Right, okay, this 5 blocks this bottom row here, and the 5 blocks this middle row here, and there's a 5 blocking this column here. So that's the only possible location for a 5. Of course, I haven't explained the rules of Sudoku. That was remiss of me. But very quickly, you'll see what I'm doing, filling in numbers in these small squares. There are 9 small squares within a box, or house, or whatever you want to call it. And each must be filled in one time only. We have columns down and we have rows across the page, and each column and each row has 9 squares and must contain numbers 1 to 9. That's it, that's the rules. Nothing else to think about in terms of rules, just the fact that we have to decide how numbers can fit. For example, when we consider this row across here, like so, we notice we have numbers 3, 7, 9, 5, and 6. We don't yet have a number 2 in this row, but we will need one. And we'll see that there is a 2 in this segment here already, meaning that 2 can't appear here or here, right? These two squares can't be 2 because we must put 1 to 9 in here. Okay, so once we have a number, we can't have it again. And we'll see that a 2 blocks this location here, meaning that a 2 will have to appear right at the end here to satisfy the rules of Sudoku. That made reasonable sense. There is a 6 in this column here, 6 in this column here. So when you think this column is blocked, this column is blocked by that 6. So a 6 will appear here in this segment since we need one. Okay, so we kind of scan with our eyes around the board looking for possibilities. I actually think today's Sudoku might be more difficult than Yesterday's so-called expert level from The Guardian. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling it might be. That feeling is based on the fact that I'm not finding any very easy numbers, probably. But I might be missing something. Let's see. We're doing down here 8s. Okay, making me think already. So I don't want to be quiet for too long, and oh, I've got one. So there is a 3 in this column here, which means no 3s are allowed up or down the column. So if you, let's come down. I want to focus on this segment, but I need to come down first. So if I come down and imagine that these 2 squares are blocked, meaning that a 3 will appear here or here. We can't tell which square yet, but it's one of those. Then we take it back up this column. So 3 up this column, 3 up this column, and a 3 along this row here. So we are blocking here, and blocking here. So 3 has to appear in that square there. Okay. We try to solve easy problems first in general. That means we look for numbers that we can see without that are, you know, are definitely located in a particular position. We do those first, and then when we run out of ideas on that, then we need to use a technique of filling in possible numbers with a pencil or with a pen that we can later remove, and we call these candidates. So at some stage we're going to have to start writing in candidates, unless the puzzle is really easy. I think this is not. So I think I'm going to start writing in candidates, also because it will save a bit of time. I don't see any reason in waiting any longer to fill in candidates. So first of all, I'm going to fill in a pair of 5s here and here. So there's a 5 in this column here, right, blocking these 2 squares. So I can see that 5 will either appear here or here, like that. And if I extend that, now I know that 5 has to be in either of those 2 squares. I know that it's blocked from any other square along this row. 5 blocks here and 5 blocks here. So there's another pair of possible 5s here. This column is missing an 8, but there is an 8 in this row, so 8 can't appear here. So 8 is either in this square or this square. Again, we don't know which because we can't tell from our current data, but we do know it's there, either of those positions. Okay. We have 8s in this row, 8s in this row, so these 2 squares up here have to contain a pair of 8s, meaning 8 is a candidate in either of those 2 squares. 9 here and here, looking along this column, up this column, and along this row. So 9 is a pair here and here. 2 runs along this row, 2 runs along this row. So I'm really filling in all possible candidates of pairs, I should state at this stage. 5 goes up this column, 5 up this column, meaning a 5 will appear either here or here. 3 along this row, 3 along this row, so a pair of 3s here. Twos are a pair here and here because there's a 2 across here, 2 across here, 2 down the center. So 2 candidates can be filled in those locations. This could turn out to be a very interesting puzzle. There's a 6 in this column and a 6 in this row, so there are 2 squares, this one and this one, that can contain a 6 in that segment there. Okay, I'm not seeing very much else in the way of pairs, so I'm going to say that this puzzle is leaning in the direction of hard. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's definitely not an easy puzzle, right? We're definitely in the level of medium at a minimum, possibly hard already. 2 down this column, 2 down this column. So it goes there like that. Okay, I think I am going to have to fill in non-paired candidates. I usually try and hang on as long as possible before I do that, but I don't see much option right now. So, where to go next? So we filled in, or I filled in as many pairs as I can see. Maybe you can see more. If you can, that's good. Good luck to you. I can't notice any more pairs. When I say a pair, it has to be within a segment or house or whatever you want to call it. So not a pair, you know, here and here in different sections. So, all right, I'm going to complete this. So we've got 2 of the missing numbers. There are 2 more to get. 1, 2, 3. We don't have a 4 yet. 4 blocks this square. So I'm going to fill in missing candidate 4 in 3 locations. I'm going to do it in the bottom right of the square, because to me that signifies this is not a pair. Top left means a pair, bottom right means not a pair. That's not a very standard thing, it's just something I happen to do. The last number is 9. We don't know where 9 goes, so 9 can come in any of these locations, like so. Down here, 1, 2 we don't have yet, and we don't know where it's going to go, so 2, like so. 3, oh, there was a pair of 3s, I take that back. 3 down here, block this column. No doubt, dear viewer, you saw that already. There are a pair of 3s here. Oh, that helps me much in any other way though. 5, 6, 7 we have already. We don't have an 8 yet. Any way of knowing 8s? Nope. So 8 in many possible locations. The final number is 9. 9 is blocked from this particular square, but is available for these 3. Okay. Up here we have 1 is blocked from this number 1, and this number 1 blocks these 2 squares, so there are 3 possible locations for 1. 2 we have, 3 we have, 4 is blocked by this 4 here, so blocks these 3 squares, and that's it. So 4 can go in these places here. 5 can go anywhere it feels like. It has a golden visa to go anywhere. 6 we have already, 7 we have, 8 we have up here, 9 is the last remaining number. It cuts across the middle row, but that's it. And now I will take a quick look down and see if there are any patterns that help at this stage. Silly me, look, I just noticed something. I filled in a 5 here when actually I already have a 5 in this column. That's either a 9 or a 4. I'll take that back. I only noticed that because I was trying to look for patterns here. I don't see anything that's really going to be of great use at this time. So I need to keep looking for more candidates. I don't know if it matters where I go next. There are slightly more numbers over here. So maybe I'll just try to focus on this bit. 1 is here crossing this row. 1 crosses this row. So there are 3 possible locations for 1. 2 we have already. 3, there's a 3 in this central column here, but we don't know about the other squares, so we'll fill that in, as I say, bottom right of the square. 4, 5 we have. 6 we have across the middle bits, so there we are, covering down the center column and the center row, so that's going to be in all the corners. 6, 6, 6 and 6. 7 down this central column and 7 across the top, so 7 can appear here, here and here. 8 down this column here and nowhere else, so 8's. Lots of candidates here. I don't like it when I have to fill in so many candidates. 9 down this column here, blocking, and 9 across this row, so 3 possible locations for 9. It's going to be tough, it really is. Okay, let's do the middle one. 2 down here blocks that location for 2, so 2 can appear here, here, here. 3. Any 3s? Help with the 3s? No, no help with the 3s whatsoever. There you go there. 4s. 4 blocking this top row, 4 blocking this row, so 4 can go in 3 possible locations. 5 we have already. 6 blocking this central row, and that's it. So 6, 6, 6 and 6. 7s, just 1 7 blocking this single square along the top here. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Last number we haven't got is 8. 8 is blocked in this column, and that's it, nowhere else. So 8, 8, 8 and 8. Oh my god, so many candidates to look at. Okay, I can't see anything standing out and jumping out at me immediately, so I'll continue with my quest to fill in candidates. There's a 1 across this row here. I'll look at this segment now. So 1 can appear in these 3 places here. 2 we have already. 3 down the middle and across the middle, so 3 can appear in the corners. 4 across 4 up this column here, so blocking here and nowhere else. 5 we've got already. 6, 7 we have already. 8 blocks this column here. and 9 blocks this column here, and 9 in the center. So blocking here and blocking here leaves us with a 9 in 3 locations, like so. Oh, excuse the horrific noise outside. It is a Sunday, but we don't stop construction work on Sundays here in Bangkok. Oh, I've just seen a pair of 7s. Okay, there's a 7 across here, okay, blocking these 2 squares, and there's a 7 up here blocking. So 7 is a pair, and that's going to allow me to remove 7s down here. Okay, and actually that's going to allow me to fill in a number, because that is now the sole remaining 7 in this segment here. So that's lucky, we've got one number here at least. Also gives me a chance to remove 7s along this bottom row, and it also means that 7 is going to be a pair of numbers in here now. So I'm going to promote this to the top left of the cell, just to make it easier for me to see where I have pairs. Okay, so that's quite good. That is 6 still, isn't it? All right. Can I do anything else? Has it helped me in any other way? No, I don't think so. I think that's it. So back to filling in candidates. 1 can go anywhere. 2, 3, 4 in this central column blocks these 2 squares. 5's no 5 in this square because of this one here, but can go anywhere else. Six we have already, 7 we have already, 8 we have already, 9 we have already. Okay, good. Because we have a 5-1 pair here. Isn't that beautiful? That's the best thing I've seen this morning. So now that we have this 5-1 pair here, we understand that these 2 cells must contain either a 5 or a 1. So no other number can appear in them, and also these 2 numbers cannot appear anywhere else, either in this column or in this segment. So the first thing we'll do is get rid of 5 and 1 from this segment. Okay, like so. Also, now we'll bring this down and understand we can't have a 5 here, so immediately, because it's in the top left of the cell, we can see that's got to be a 5 there, because it was a pair. And there's also a 1 we can remove down here, like so. And now that we remove that 1, and we also remove the 1 here by filling in a 7, I think you can see now this is the only place for a 1 in this segment now. Do you see? All other 1 candidates have been removed, and so a 1 has to go here. And you can see that, look, if you look across, you can see 1 across this row, 1 across this row, and there's also a 1 down this column now, so it has to be here, like so. Let's remember to remove the candidate 1 here. And now 1 is a pair of numbers in this house here, so I'm going to just promote it to a pair just to make things easier for me to see. Alright, so that was a nice thing. Let's see if I can see anything else of value here now. Okay, I think that's probably all I can do at the moment for that. So let's come up to the top. and see that this 1 eliminates these 3 cells from being 1. So candidates 1 can appear in these 4 squares. 2 we have already, 3 we have already. 4 can go anywhere it feels like. 5 we have already. 6 along this bottom row. Okay, meaning 6 must appear here, 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 or here. 7 across the central row here, but nothing from down below. So 7, 7. Still got a lot of candidates to look at, really. 8 we have already. 9 we have already. Okay, I've seen 9, 4, 9, 7, 4, and 7, 4. Got that? 9, 4, 9, 7, 4, and 7, 4 in 3 squares. These 3 sections are complete now. This top section is absolutely complete in all of its candidates. And now that we've eliminated some numbers, I can see 7, 4, 9, 7, 4, and 9, 4, meaning that 7, 4 can't, 9, 7, 4 can't exist anywhere else. Okay, 9, 7, 4 cannot exist anywhere else. So we can cross out 7, 4 here, and we can cross out the 9 here. Now this leaves us with a single number here, which is just 1. And when we look at this square, we just filled in a 1, so that was now either a 5 or a 1, so that has to be a 5. Hope that made sense to you. Let's bring that 5 down and see that we had a pair of 5s here, so 5 will be in that location there. This was either a 5 or a 9, so we can fill in the 9 here now, like that. Now I've got to eliminate several candidates here, so I better not forget to do that. So here I can eliminate this 9, leaving us with an 8 and a 4 here, 8 and 4. And when we go up this column, we know 8 and 4, 8 or 4 can't exist anywhere else, so we can remove that 4, leaving us with a 9 in that location there. So in this segment here, I've got to remove 9 and 5. Okay, so let's get rid of the 5s and 9s. If you use a pencil, you can erase them. If you use a pen like me, scribble them out. I have tried using a pencil, but I just find it even harder work, and also it doesn't show up very well on the camera. Right. Okay. Okay. I could put these up as pairs, but I think it's not that difficult to see. I don't think it has any effect down here actually at the moment. So okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. So now this 9 I have to bring down here in this column and eliminate 9 as a candidate here. So now I know that 9 is actually a pair here and here. I'm going to promote it to a pair again, just for my own personal pleasure. Okay. All right. Now our 9 that we filled in here as well has to remove candidate along this row. 5s, we don't need to eliminate anything yet. Okay, so I think we're going quite well. So there's one more region to fill in the candidates, so let's do that now. Now, of course, we have 1 down here and 1 up here, 1 across here, so we have a pair of 1s as candidates there. 2 we have already. 3 is blocked from this middle row, but nowhere else, I believe. Okay, so 3s can come here. Fours anywhere. Don't see anything blocking fours anywhere, so let's fill in a bunch of fours, which is better than being filled in by a bunch of fives, as they used to say in London. 6 is along the top row because we are blocking this row and blocking this row, but nothing intersecting from down there, so 6. 7 along this row, 7 blocking here, 7 blocking here, nothing else. So 7s along here. 8's blocking this column here, and that's it. So we still have a lot of candidates to consider. Still lots of work to do here. This is really a hard level puzzle at minimum. It may turn out to be an expert level puzzle. I'm going to say that it's definitely stronger than a medium even at this stage. So those of you interested in hard level puzzles will be enjoying it. Those of you who are inexperienced probably tearing your hair out already. But anyway, let's keep persevering, see what we can see now. So at this stage I need to look around and concentrate as much as I can. Oops, I've seen something immediately. This 9 that I filled in before, I didn't realize there were a pair of 9s here. So, I'm not following my own system because I fill in these pairs to make it easier to see, and I didn't spot it. But I've seen it now, so I can remove it now and fill in the 9 up here like so. Okay. 7 4 7 4. That looks about right. If it seems like I'm going to be delayed for a very long time while I find these patterns, I may have to pause the video. In general, I prefer to do them in one take whenever I can. So I usually try not to do these in... I try not to pause the video, I try to do it in one go. But if it's going to be too boring, I'll pause the video and come back. But I'm still looking at the moment. I think now that this is the only 9 in this column, is it? Yes, we removed the 9 down here, and now there aren't any other 9 candidates here, so I've just seen that that has to be 9 there. And fortunately, since we had a pair of 9 or 8 here, now we know that that's now an 8. Here we had either an 8 or a 4. That has to be a 4. This is either a 4 or a 1, so that's a 1. And the last remaining number is a 3, so that's done us a power of good there. Let's roll and see this, bring this 3 down because we had a 6 or a 3, so that has to be a 6. Let's take the 6 back up. 6 or 4, it's a 4. We now know, and which will also give us another number because let's remove the 6. Sorry, let's remove the... Oh no, sorry, I take that back. We've got 6 and 7 there, sorry. That was, sorry, I've overwritten a pair of 6s, so that will be a 6 in that corner. Now I'm overwriting a 7, so that has to be a 7 there, like so. 7 or 4 here. This is a 4. Okay. Now, all right. Now I've got to remove a lot of candidates. Now you have a choice, you know, I mean for me I like to, while I can see things that are nice and easy like that, I like to fill them in immediately, just while I'm going, and then try to remove candidates after. The danger is that you sometimes forget to remove candidates. So I should try to be a bit more careful in doing that. So I can see 6 comes across here, meaning that no 6 can exist again, right? Meaning that in this group now, in here now, in this section, 6 is now a pair. And since we've got 3 in the same squares, right, so 3, 6, 3, 6, that means that nothing else can be true. Nothing else can be true. So we can get rid of all of that stuff and get rid of the 5. And when we do that and see that was part of a pair, we can see that 5 has to go in like so. This now leaves 7 as this sole remaining number because 3, 6 has to appear here like that. So the 7, if we bring the 7 down, I've still got a lot of candidates to remove. I know, I haven't forgotten. But as I say, sometimes while I can see things nice and easily, I will fill them in. Okay. This 5 now blocks this 5 here, so that has to be a 1, and 5 must appear there. This 1 blocks this one. This is actually a pair of 1s now. I didn't fill it in as a pair, but it is, I can see, because 1 blocks these 2 squares here. This 1 blocks these 2 squares, so 1 blocking there. So 1, 2 goes here. We have a 1 already, so that has to be an 8, and that has to be our 4. Hope I haven't made any mistakes. I'm going to remove these 2's down here, like so. So now we have 9, 8, 9, 8 here, so that 8 can't exist. We have 3 and 2, pair of 3 and 2 in those squares there. That's looking much clearer now. Now let's get on and remove some of these other things that I have to remove. 6 I have to get rid of here. So we have 8 and 3 as the last remaining numbers here. Let's double check if anything intersects. 8 or 3. Not really. Okay. Down here the missing numbers are 2 and 9. No more 8s because 8s are here now. So 2 and 9. Any intersecting 2s and 9s here? Not really. So we're left with those 2 there. Let's get rid of this 7 here. Candidate 7 removed down here. Meaning that 7 has to be here, right? Okay, so we've got 7 in this column, 7 in this column, 7 blocking this. So blocked, blocked, and blocked. 7 has to appear here, and when we do that, we are overwriting a 2. So 2 goes here like so. And when we do that, we can see there was a 3 or 2 here, so that's our 3 now. 8 or 3 here, that's 8. That's 3. 3 or 2 here now, that has to be a 2. There's only one missing number along this row, which is 8, so we can fill that in now. This 8 or 9 here has to be a 9, of course. 8 is already blocking here. In fact, there's only one number missing down in this column, which is a 3. The last number here is 8. One number missing here, which is 2. This is a 9, last number from this segment here. This 8 here that we had as 8 and 4 pair, this 8 now stops that 8, so that's a 4. The 8 appears here. The last square in the center, middle square here is 8. That's overwriting a pair of 1, so 1 comes up here. Do you see how filling in pairs really can help you later on to find numbers? You know, when you're just down to just a pair of numbers, it's an either or choice. It's so much easier. Missing number in this row is a 3. Bring that 3 up. 3 can't be here. That has to be a 6. That has to be a 3. Okay. What numbers are missing here? 1, 2, 3, 4 we don't have yet, and 6 we don't have yet. So 4 blocks this square here anyway. So that's our 4, and this is our 6. There's one number missing here. 2 is our missing number from this column. Okay, missing now are 4 and 6, I believe. So 4 blocks, this 4 blocks this square, so that's there, and 6 is our last remaining number. Okay, I'm not going to let it rise to the rank of expert because I didn't need to use any X-wings or special, really tricky techniques, XY wings or anything like that. Or even bug +1, nothing like that was needed. But we did have to fill in a lot of candidates here, so I'm going to give it a hard level. That's my assessment of this Sudoku puzzle. I was just thinking of there's a guy I like to watch on YouTube. He reviews cars. His name is Doug, and when he's finished reviewing the cars, he gives them a Doug score. Well, Doug, I'll give this a Doug score of hard on your behalf. That's it for today. Back to work tomorrow for those who work Monday to Friday, and back to the Guardian Sudoku puzzle tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye bye.